You're watching CoastLife, and fall is here, the best feature of the season. You know it's football. Who do you have going all the way this season?
Definitely the Eagles, without a doubt. Go Birds!
I'm not a fan, but I think it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs.
Anybody but the Eagles. Or the Cowboys.
All right.
I'm going to go with Kansas City.
I think it's time for the Cleveland Browns to make a comeback.
I gotta say my Eagles.
Yeah, fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly, go Birds.
Hey.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, the Cowboys. It definitely can't root for them ever at all because my number one pick is the Eagles, of course. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. But we know that football is back, and maybe you've got opinions about it. We know you do, and you can share them with Endzone, one of our new shows on Big 107.7. We've got Rick Stoakley and Jon joining us from the Endzone with their lovely jerseys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. So tell us about this new show, where people can find it, because it's a radio show, and that's where people can kind of participate live, but they can catch it after the fact as well.
Absolutely. So on Big 107.7 on Monday nights at 5 o'clock, we are going to have an hour-long show, just basically talking about the NFL, and we have call-ins, text-in. We're going to have what panel of four of us?
The four of us, we pick games every week. It's just basically water cooler talk, just us talking football, what happened the Sunday before, and what we think is going to happen that evening on Monday Night Football.
There you go. And a lot of people do get fired up about football because no matter what you predict, what you say is going to happen, when it doesn't happen, they're going to yell at you guys. So are you ready for that?
We're used to it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And the four of us like to give each other, we always kid each other and joke around, so it's kind of a fun time. And the hour actually goes by really quick. Before we know it, it's like the last break and we're done.
Oh, I bet it does. So week one is behind us. Week two kicking off. Where do we stand? What are your thoughts right now? Give us a little preview.
Well, week one, we're doing a pick on the show where we each pick one game and try to pick the winner. So I was the loser the first week.
Ooh, who'd you pick?
Because like most people, we're picking anybody who plays the Patriots. And I picked the Bengals and it didn't work out for me. But guess what I did for week two? I picked the Seahawks. They're playing the Patriots.
Okay, there you go.
So Rick will probably be 0-2 as we head into week three. So allow him to keep on picking against the Patriots. But it's a lot of fun, and that's basically what we want it to be. Fun and just water cooler talk and people calling and the first week we received a lot of phone calls.
Good.
A lot of people called in, highly opinionated, which makes
I'm
the show
sure.
that much better.
That does make it work better, and I think with four of you, you can kind of balance out the opinions and the panelists and the callers a little bit. Hey, you field that one.
Yeah, well, Gary's kind of like the showman. Okay, he takes over and he kind of runs the board. And we have a good time. He just, we point to each other, camera, and go in, go.
It is. It's a lot of fun. And I know I'm in a fantasy football league. It's an all-women's league that I'm involved in. Are you guys playing fantasy this year?
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah. Again, it's like a donation for me because I never win, but I enjoy it.
So what I'm hearing is everything Rick says, do the opposite.
Do the opposite. I mean, I'm playing him this week. We're going head-to-head in our fantasy league. He squeaked by last week. I think I'm going to get him this week.
So he will be 0-2 again.
So he'll be 0-2 again.
So yeah, basically what we're finding out is you're not very lucky or not knowledge. There's something that's not working.
I'm a Ravens fan and I like to go with my home team a lot.
I get that. There's a lot of loyalty, especially here on the East Coast.
You're going with the Eagles no matter what.
No matter what.
Right. And he is a Patriots fan, so we all have who we like. I mean, I don't think there are any Cowboys fans out there, but
if there are, they're wrong.
They are wrong.
And I will readily admit the Ravens are much better than the Patriots this year.
And as a Patriots fan, you had a little something to show us, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if the NFL will allow me to show that off, but
okay,
yes,
gotcha,
on my extremely huge left arm and my bicep, there is a Patriots tattoo. Yes.
Now, was that a choice or was that a bet?
My family's from Massachusetts, so I was kind of born into it.
Gotcha. So it was.
There was a time, I know it was a long time ago. There was a time we did win 6 Super Bowls that people have forgotten about.
Boo. Yeah. Whatever.
So
Old news.
The whole show, we always bust on Tom Brady. The whole show.
Good.
Everything's got to come back to Tom Brady.
A lot of Tom Brady hate on the show.
As it should. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. But as you can see, the show is going to be tons of fun. We started off saying who's going to the end. Who are your picks?
Well, obviously, I'm going with the Ravens. I know they're 0-1.
That's
not a good start, but I feel like they're going to, Lamar and the team is going to start doing
Lamar
good.
was my quarterback last year in fantasy, and I won the whole thing.
See?
So.
Yep. A lot of points there with him. I think the Detroit Lions are going to win the Super Bowl. It's an exciting team. A really good time in Detroit. They've been downtrodden for a lot of years, but I do have them beating the Ravens. So I think the Ravens are going to be have a really good season as well.
Okay, all right. You heard it here first. Ravens, and I like the Lions as a pick too. I'm always here for the underdog as well. So I'd be okay if that's what it comes down to. All right, well, thank you guys. One more time where people can tune in to Endzone.
So 1077 Big, there's actually a free app you can download.
Yep.
Also, each week after the show, it'll be on Apple Podcasts. And then text or phone in to 443-971-1077.
There you go, you got it. But guess what? Thank you guys, first of all, for coming in and chatting with me. But we're not done talking about football. Madeline Overturf is coming in next to talk about how you can watch here on Coast TV, and that's on the way.